transformed into the malicious supporting character of a novel about a false heiress. I never anticipated a system error that rendered my voice audible to all. The false heiress consistently feigns vulnerability, compelling everyone to relinquish everything that rightfully belongs to the true heiress. The protagonist, Sue Ran, vows to unveil my true nature and reclaim all that she has lost. The protagonist and I vie for a room. I exclaim, "Thank heavens! At last, I can escape the confines of that excessively pink princess chamber." The protagonist responds with confusion. The male lead seeks to defend the protagonist. I declare, finally, I can be rid of him. The male lead is perplexed. The antagonist aims to exploit me. I retort, no one can manipulate me for I am utterly inept, haha. The antagonist is baffled. Today marks Sue Yunner's grand return home. Her parents are deeply sympathetic towards their long-lost daughter, eagerly serving her food at the dining table. The system instructs me to embody a wicked supporting character, to act recklessly, malign the protagonist, and ultimately be scorned by all, living a life worse than death. Yunner, it is we, your parents, who have failed to find you all these years. Whatever you desire, we shall strive to compensate you. Su Yunner gazes at me intently, tears brimming in her eyes. Mother, I have heard that before my birth, you meticulously prepared a room for me. Will I ever have the chance to dwell in it during my lifetime? Mother's expression stiffens. That princess room has long had an occupant. Since I was swapped into the Sue family, it has been inhabited for over a decade. A palpable awkwardness envelopes the dining atmosphere. Yunner, that room has already been given to Ran Ran. Did you not adore clinging to your brother as a child? Perhaps you could occupy the room adjacent to his. I glance at the script provided by the system and recite, Mother, it is of no consequence, since my sister cherishes it. Let her reside there. Ran Ran has occupied it for many years. It is time to return it to my sister. Sue Mother immediately feels compassion for this child whom she has nurtured for over a decade. The exchange of children is not the fault of either. After a moment's hesitation, Sue Mother resolves, it would be unfair to Ran Ran. Your sister has just returned and lacks a sense of security. Allow her to stay there. Sue Yunner casts a challenging glance in my direction. Is it merely an act of feigned fragility? Who cannot master that? This time, I shall not permit you to defame and entrap me. I respond, nonchalantly, very well. Inside, I jubilantly cheer. At last, I am liberated from that overly pink princess room. Su Yunner is so juvenile, still envious of my Barbie dolls at this age. Sue Yunner gazes at me with uncertainty, and I inquire, is there something amiss? Do I have something on my face? It's nothing. I suddenly find myself less inclined to have that room. Furthermore, I am quite mature. Strangely, I perceive a biting resentment in her voice. Mother Sue smiled with relief. I am reassured to see you sisters getting along harmoniously. After all the hardships Yunner has endured over the years, Siren, you must ensure she integrates well into this circle. Su Yunner retorted coldly. I don't need her assistance. I stuck out my tongue at her. Well, I have no desire to help you either. There is one more matter. Ran Ran is aware that she has a childhood betrothal. Oh, my fiancé who has been abroad and just recently returned to the country? Indeed. Given the unique backgrounds of both you and Yunner, I have decided to take you both to meet him. His family is affluent, and he is a refined gentleman who has achieved considerable success overseas. Should he take a liking to one of you sisters, the betrothal will come to fruition. My fiancé, Lin Jing, is the primary antagonist in the tale. Lin Jing and Sue Yunner engage in a mutual exploitation, yet he increasingly admires the female protagonist and ultimately falls for her, leading to his downfall. As for me, the supporting character, I fell for Lin Jing at first sight, only to be thoroughly manipulated, akin to being sold, and then assisting in counting the profits. Fortunately, I am a good-for-nothing, so no one can exploit me, haha. Lin Jing suddenly cast a glance in my direction, chuckling softly. Aunt, Miss Sue Ran is quite amusing. Sue's mother replied, Xiao Jing, Ran Ran is a good child. I hope you will treat her well in the future. He shifted his tone, mentioning that Miss Sue Yunner is the true heiress of the Sue family, likely having endured considerable hardship outside. Sue's mother smiled gently, stroking my hair. Xiao Jing, both of them are genuine heiresses of the Sue family, regardless of your choice. I hope you treat her well. I felt a swell of emotion. Mother is truly kind, treating me, the false heiress, with equal affection. I must cling to her tightly. For some reason, I sensed that my mother's gaze towards me was even more affectionate. Lin Jing let out a cold laugh, remarking on the rarity of such a sight. Who would compensate for the life that Sue Yunner has lost? Were it not for the substantial debts that couple could not repay, which led them to the Sue family, they might still be oblivious to this farce of a switcheroo. Sue's mother, irate, Interjected. Our family's matters are not for you to meddle in. Lin Jing retorted with a sneer. I have already decided to marry Miss Su Yuner. You have relinquished her rightful space and everything that belongs to her for so many years. Should not Su Ren also endure the grievances she has faced at home? Why is he so enraged? Is it because, like the female protagonist, he lacked Barbie dolls in his childhood? Could it be that he is envious of my princess room? Unexpectedly, Sue's mother burst into laughter. Mother. Laughing before an argument diminishes its intensity. Lin Jing responded, I have no fondness for frilly things. Envy is out of the question. Why has Lin Jing suddenly brought this up? It seems he is indeed concerned about my Barbie dolls and princess room. This is all due to my mother's affection, which must truly incite his jealousy. Lin Jing's expression darkened further. Su Yunu, rarely, also began to laugh, her laughter growing more uninhibited until tears streamed down her face. Is she laughing and crying because she sees Lin Jing, like herself, deprived of Barbie dolls, driving her to madness? I have heard that my biological mother never bought her Barbie dolls. Su Yuner's laughter froze upon her face. Yet, the smile did not vanish. It merely shifted to Lin Jing's visage. She appeared as though she longed to strangle me. Taking a deep breath, I'll say it once more. I do not need Barbie dolls. I looked at her with understanding. Rest assured, I will not compete with you for Barbie dolls or a princess room. Sue's mother sighed again. They truly get along splendidly. They both simultaneously expressed their grievances. What exactly is so good about it? I replied obediently. As long as mother is happy, we will coexist harmoniously. As a cunning female antagonist, the most crucial task is to stir up trouble. Following the system's guidance, I was to feign a runaway, pretending to have quarreled with Su Yuner so that her family would feel pity for me, thereby marginalizing Su Yuner. At dawn, I set off with a small bundle. In less than 2 hours, I returned with a bounty of delectable soup dumplings. Mother adores soup dumplings, so I shall postpone my departure for now. The following day, I set out again with my little bag. Along the way, I encountered snail noodles, which father relishes. So, I decided to delay my departure once more. This shopping spree could last a lifetime. Oh, no, it's just that after bringing back breakfast for over 10 days, Su Yuner could no longer sit still. She watched me warily and asked, Why haven't you run away? Why aren't you pretending that I drove you away? Have you returned as well? How about some Xiaomai? Rebirth, just like in novels, such a cool skill. Su Yuner blushed slightly. It's not that impressive. If I were to be reborn and know the course of the future, I would seize this opportunity to invest and start a business, amassing great wealth and becoming a wealthy woman. Su Yuner's eyes sparkled with realization. Yes, how could I not think of that? Su ran. What am I even competing with you for? Listening to her boisterous laughter, I couldn't help but feel a twinge of apprehension. Is this a side effect of her rebirth? Within a couple of days, my brother, who had been on a business trip, returned. According to the system, he is the true male protagonist of this story. A family friend of my father had been in a car accident, and only Zhou Ran survived. Thus, my father took Zhou Ran in as an adopted son, bringing him to live with the Su family. The heroine, Su Yuner, and Zhou Ran were already acquainted. Zhou Ran secretly harbored feelings for Su Yuner but refrained from confessing due to their sibling-like relationship, leading to a pseudo-incestuous romance. Zhou Ran, with a cold expression, blocked my path. Su Ran, have you been practicing high jumps in the restroom? I was baffled. What do you mean? He coldly uttered, You've overstepped. I really don't want to deal with him. My brother's illness isn't cured yet. I should go have dinner with father and mother. I hastily sidestepped him, making my way to the dining table as if avoiding a plague. Zhou Ran was momentarily speechless. Su Ran, wait, I haven't finished speaking. I slowly responded. Oh, brother, do you have something else to say? It's so annoying. All day long you just want to control me. Why did you drive Su Yuner out of the house? She is the biological daughter of father and mother. Why is it her leaving and not you? I'm so hungry. What is that dog barking about? I'm starving enough to eat a whole cow, moo moo moo. She was doing so well at my company, but suddenly quit, claiming she wanted to venture into investment and build her own career, even borrowing a substantial amount from father for it. She foolishly said it was all thanks to you. Is it amusing to deceive her like this? Do you know how much effort she put in to reach her position in the company? Su Ran, you, a pampered young lady, simply do not understand. Moo, the cow wants to graze, moo, the cow wants. Enough. This is a torment to my spirit. Let's eat first. I remain speechless, unable to comprehend, ultimately concluding that my brother's condition is deteriorating. All right, brother. At the dining table, Su Yun'er was notably absent. She has indeed moved away. It feels somewhat unfamiliar without the ailing Su Yun'er around. Father praised her. Yun'er is truly a business prodigy. Her foresight puts me to shame. Zhou Ran interjected, Father, your daughter is rather idealized. She is still so young. What if she incurs losses? Father interrupted. If she suffers a loss, so be it. The Su family can still cover her debts. Her willingness to learn and take on challenges is commendable. I chimed in, Father is right. Zhou Ran shot me a glare. Ran, no glaring at your sister. She has grown into a young lady and is increasingly sensible. Lin Jing mentioned, I'll invite you to dinner tomorrow. All right, Father, I replied, focusing on the conversation. Lin Jing took my hand. As he drew closer, I caught the scent of his cologne, which was rather pleasant. Today, he donned a business suit, his hair slicked back, revealing a smooth forehead, while the luxurious cufflinks on his shirt glimmered with intricate patterns. You truly look splendid.
Suran.
What were you so engrossed in just now? I pointed to the plush figure at the door. Isn't that Su Yun'er? A doll with an entirely obscured face. How did you discern that? Instinct. Perhaps it is the telepathic connection between the wicked female antagonist and the heroine. Seeing this doll evokes an urge to scold it. And the plush figure next door has been sneaking glances over here. I calmly approached and lifted the headpiece of the adjacent plush figure. Indeed, it revealed an extraordinarily handsome face, akin to one from a novel. Actually, it's just an ordinary face. I wonder what Su Yun'er saw in my brother. Brother, what brings you here? Zhou Ran appeared taken aback. How did you discover my presence? I reiterated, instinct. Lin Jing, intrigued, removed the headpiece of another plush figure. Su Yun'er awkwardly greeted, Hi, what a coincidence. I tilted my head, feigning cuteness. Brother and sister, why are you both here dressed as plush figures? We have a project and are conducting field research. I didn't expect to find Zhou Rand and you here. What a small world. The system suggests they are secretly dating. Dressing as plush figures is their little quirk. Such a unique interest. No wonder they are the protagonists. But isn't it hot? Lin Jing observed the two, glistening with sweat, and chuckled softly, since it's such a coincidence. I've booked a private room. Why not dine together? I obediently added, yes, brother and sister must be feeling quite overheated. In the private room, I was the sole one focused on the meal, while they engaged in discussions ranging from the origins of humanity to the cosmos, the atmosphere appearing quite harmonious. Until Zhou Ran spoke up. Yun'er and I have known each other since we were young. I had just experienced a car accident, and relatives at home were suppressing me. So I had no choice but to don a plush costume to earn a living. Upon witnessing a small girl weeping sorrowfully, I approached her to offer encouragement. Each day, she confided her troubles in me, and over time, I too opened my heart to her, and we uplifted one another. Alas, that little girl eventually vanished from my life. As you may have surmised, that girl was Yun'er. It was only recently that we recognized one another, leading us to spontaneously decide to don puppetry costumes at the mall and reminisce about our past. Su Yun'er, cough, just as Zhou Ran mentioned. Lin Jing, I had no idea you both shared such an experience. So this was what they intended to convey. Everything previously mentioned was merely a pretense. No wonder I found it peculiar that my brother, typically so uncouth, suddenly began discussing civility. Zhou Ran cast a sudden glare in my direction. Lately, it seems my brother has been particularly critical of me, which I find rather baffling. I muttered a few words under my breath, only to be overheard by Lin Jing, who leaned in and whispered, perhaps he has yet to win over Su Yun'er, which is why he finds fault with everyone else. I smiled slyly, relishing the sentiment. Due to the inexorable progression of events, I found myself expelled from home by my parents to seek work. Go forth, learn from your sister, and diligently cultivate your skills. I adopted the most sorrowful expression, tears welling in my eyes, and pleaded, Mom, Dad, I do not wish to leave you. My mother, visibly moved, responded with compassion. Perhaps we should wait a while. I am nothing but a worthless individual. How shall I survive away from home? My mother withdrew her hand from mine, insisting, You must go to work now. There is no time to waste. Before I could fully comprehend the situation, I was thrust out of the house. What is happening? Aren't Mom and Dad usually swayed by this tactic? Why did it not work today? Zhou Ran laughed loudly. Finally, your parents have seen your true colors, Su Ran. Who would have thought you would find yourself in this predicament?
Ha ha ha.
My brother is acting like a villain. I flashed a sweet smile and retorted, Leave me be. Working is one thing. I cannot truly be deemed a failure. I began as a cashier. As the eldest daughter of the Su family, my academic performance had always been commendable. Yet, for reasons unbeknownst to me, I became utterly flustered whenever handling money. By the end of the day, I had miscounted dozens of times, leaving me in debt to my boss for 1,000 yuan, and he was furious, threatening to dismiss me. At a critical juncture, Lin Jing stepped in, providing 1,000 yuan to resolve the situation and promised to keep it a secret. In every profession, there exists a master. I encouraged myself while stirring in the kitchen, when suddenly, a commotion erupted outside, and I vaguely heard cries for help and the mention of 120. The tumult of emotions surrounding me seemed irrelevant. The chaos of cooking was truly terrifying. The flames blazed higher, and as everyone rushed to witness the spectacle, I quietly faced disaster in the kitchen. Lin Jing, like a celestial being, emerged brandishing a fire extinguisher to rescue me. Quickly, come with me to the hospital. Your father has food poisoning from the dish you prepared. Regretful tears glistened in my father's eyes. Perhaps you should return home, Ran. The outside world is not suited for you. I resolutely turned away, my back exuding determination. A strong-willed Chinese woman shall never concede. Thus, wherever I may find employment next, I am certain it shall face bankruptcy within 3 days. Unlike my sister Su Yuna, who has forged a path in the business world through her talent and strength, I am merely a victim of the vicious curses of a villainess, instilling fear in the corporate elite regarding my job applications. What? Su Ran is coming to our company. The demon who causes a company to collapse within 7 days of her employment? Hurry, expel her from our premises. We cannot allow her to taint our sanctum. Lin Jing helplessly ruffled my hair, saying, Su Ran, let me take you home. I feigned reluctance. You're the one begging me. I've longed to return home. Damn it, not a single family member has come to persuade me to go back these days, leaving me without an avenue of retreat. Upon arriving home, the aroma of delicious food enveloped me. Dozens of exquisite dishes awaited, eliciting involuntary salivation. So, while I was away, they indulged in such culinary delights without me? How outrageous. My parents warmly welcomed Lin Jing. Xiao Jing, please sit down and eat. These days, Ran has troubled you. It was nothing, Auntie. Just a small effort, he replied. I widened my eyes, glancing between my mother and Lin Jing. Why does it feel like I've lost my status? What is going on with Lin Jing? Have they grown so close while I was oblivious? Zhou Ran scoffed. Fool. Who has ever favored you? I glared at him. Unable to pursue Su Yuner. You take your frustrations out on me. If you're so impressive, why don't you dare confess your feelings for Su Yuner to our parents? It's not a sibling affection, it's love. A grand fade of a forbidden romance. The expressions of those at the dining table shifted dramatically, and Zhou Ran fainted outright. Brother, what is wrong? I exclaimed in alarm. My father chuckled. Perhaps I should administer mouth-to-mouth resuscitation. There was something eerily sinister about my father's laughter, as if he would burst into a maniacal cackle at any moment. Zhou Ran sprang up abruptly. Dad, I suddenly feel fine. Is he pretending? My brother's mind seems to be unraveling. Why is Su Yuner blushing? What could she possibly be embarrassed about? All eyes turned toward Su Yuner, who feigned a swoon. Compared to my brother, her acting is somewhat unconvincing. Su's mother interjected. Let's focus on eating. What is this ruckus? In the following days, Zhou Ran and Su Yuner broke through the barriers of their relationship, progressing rapidly. Meanwhile, the system delivered grim news. What? Are you even aware of what you were saying? You exposed my inner thoughts to others. You went off to repair things without my knowledge, and only came to inform me after realizing it was beyond repair. System, I am truly furious. I apologize, esteemed villainess. I shall endeavor to make amends. I smirked. You do realize I am a lady of privilege, lacking nothing. What can you possibly offer me? Dear esteemed villainess, we must continue with the plot. And if I refuse to proceed, the narrative will realign everything, unless what? I must take my leave. This world has grown increasingly harsh recently, and we must tread carefully. I hope to see you again next time. Farewell. Curse narrative. Boss, do you think she has gone mad from the pressure? She keeps raving. And I can't comprehend her words. The salty sea breeze wafted onto the cruise ship, where Su Yuner was tightly bound to a pole. The ropes dug into her delicate, fair skin, and as the gentle wind brushed against her hair, her eyes reflected fear and vulnerability, evoking sympathy in me. This stood in stark contrast to my own demeanor. Boss, this young lady appears formidable. However, the one next door, He received a slap across the face. What are you thinking? Just trick her out of some money, but if you touch them, let alone money, the Su family will surely seek vengeance.
Oh.
Release the two of them. Whatever it costs, my Su family will provide, provided they remain unharmed.
Oh.
But if you can only release one, will you choose this faux heiress or the genuine one? Making choices is for children. As the wicked supporting lady, I, of course, want them both. Amidst the astonished gazes of the crowd, I loosen the ropes, delivering a left hook followed by a right hook, sending the kidnapper scattering. When did she conceal a kitchen knife? She aiming for the kidnappers' lives. Humph. With the system in hand, the world is mine. Zhou Ran remarked with a cold expression, how juvenile. He then rushed to rescue Su Yun'er, and their eyes met in a tender gaze. As if petals were cascading through the air, enveloping the world in a moment of romantic tension. Lin Jing, expressionless, separated them. Apologies, you're blocking the way. Zhou Ran's face flushed. What is wrong with you? Su Yun'er covered her face, wishing she could invent a portal to escape. This was utterly mortifying. Su Ran, watch your step. Lin Jing felt a wave of helplessness rise within him. He was too late to warn her. The young girl swung the kitchen knife with fervor. Her movements wild and untamed. Though adorable, she was oblivious to her surroundings. Farewell, dear family, Private Marseille. Indeed, I, the illustrious wicked supporting lady, had slipped. This world forces one into the depths with a mere misstep. Yet I cannot swim. I vaguely recall, just before losing consciousness, a soft mouth brushing against mine. The doll is a counterfeit and so am I. No one would cherish a forgery, right? However, no one desires to be a counterfeit from birth. I sat upon the rocks, tears streaming down my face, as the waves relentlessly crashed against me, carrying away the doll that had accompanied me since childhood. In a panic, I rolled up my pant legs and dashed into the sea. Alas, I cannot swim. I am a true landlubber. The sensation of drowning is unbearable. I couldn't breathe through my nose, and my mind began to fade from the lack of oxygen. In my hazy consciousness, I saw Lin Jing's hair transform into gold, shimmering beneath the water. His already handsome face appeared even more ethereal, and the undulating fish tail created ripples, exuding an otherworldly beauty. He gently brushed my hair aside and spoke softly, Ran, I am actually a mermaid. I stared at him in shock. A mermaid. Once upon a time. Fairy tales were indeed true. You have been concealing this from me all along. Yes, you are gravely injured now, and must kiss a mermaid to return home. Su Ran, would you like to give it a try? Before I could ponder the implications of his words, Lin Jing held my waist with one hand and pressed the back of my head with the other, kissing me fervently. Our soft lips met, intoxicating me for a moment. Yet Lin Jing soon released his grip and began to fade away. No, mermaid, don't go. Upon waking, I realized it had all been a dream, leaving me with a lingering sense of wonder. My parents stood vigil by my bedside. Ran, you have finally awakened.
Mother was so worried about you.
I gazed into my mother's tear-filled eyes, grasping her hand to reassure her. I am perfectly fine, vibrant and full of life, so worry not. It is your father's fault for not protecting you well, Ran. It is those wicked people who are to blame, not your father. Please do not blame yourself any longer. Lin Jing approached with a lunchbox in hand. Mermaid. I wish I could burrow into a hole. Lin Jing smiled. Did you have a dream? I forced myself to regain my composure. No. Looking up at his face, I found Lin Jing remarkably handsome, especially after that dream. Mermaid, so pleasing to the eye, haha. I ought to thank Lin Jing, for he was the first to rush in and save you. My mother's gaze toward Lin Jing grew ever more tender. What is this, mother? Am I not your favorite daughter? What is so special about that wretched mermaid? She has an 8-pack, soft lips, and flowing golden hair. I slowly covered my face. System, come forth and teach me. The mermaid has placed a curse on me. Host. Lin Jing is merely an ordinary person and lacks such capabilities. Su Ran, do you still remember our betrothal? Lin Jing's tone turned solemn as he knelt on one knee, producing a ring the size of a pigeon egg. Will you marry me? In that moment, I felt as though I were in a theater, witnessing a dashing proposal akin to that of a mermaid, surrounded by darkness, with him radiating colorful light, as though petals were cascading around us. The sentiment was moving, the scene beautiful. Yet this was a hospital. System, illuminate the room. With a click, the lights flickered on before anyone had a chance to react. Zhou Ran and Su Yun'er were still enthusiastically tossing flowers. My parents held hands, their faces beaming with joy. Lin Jing anxiously awaited my response. I hesitated. With my answer, Lin Jing suddenly panicked, for at that moment, he could no longer hear Su Ran's innermost thoughts. Host, repair complete. I lowered my lashes, unable to meet Lin Jing's gaze. System, will the storyline automatically correct itself? Did Lin Jing marry me due to the story's inexorable forces, or has he truly fallen for me?
Why?
After running away from home for so long, has no one but Lin Jing come to see me? The system could not provide answers for the malicious female antagonist. This was something you must discern on your own. In the final second of attaining happiness, I chose to be a coward, for this happiness felt uncertain. The crowd stared at me awkwardly, as if they had not anticipated my refusal. Zhou Ren coldly remarked, "Humph, Su Ran, what kind of spoiled princess temper are you throwing?" My mother quickly chimed in, "Indeed, Ran. Do you not comprehend the value of such a wonderful marriage? Lin Jing is an exceptional young man, and he is well matched with our family. I know you two share mutual affection. This is a tremendous blessing. Why are you behaving so foolishly now?" My eyes brimmed with tears, unwilling to let the narrative unfold as scripted, for my family would inevitably side with Lin Jing, aiding him in pursuing the plot of marrying me. Su Yun'er winked at me, grasping my hand as we dashed outside. I was still in a daze, Su Yun'er led me to a resplendent office building. Ascending to a higher floor, the bustling city unfolded beneath us. I cradled a cup of warm water, lost in thought, still pondering Lin Jing's lonely silhouette as he departed. Su Ran, I have a secret to share with you. In my past life, you were the cause of my demise. Initially, I truly detested you. You usurped my identity, my status, my parents, and even my long-admired brother, who is also your brother. When I was granted a second chance at life, I discovered that everything had changed. I could even hear your innermost thoughts and realized that you and the wicked supporting character from my previous life are entirely different individuals. You inspired me to carve out my own path, rather than wallowing in resentment and seeking the love of others. There is something I must convey to you. Thank you. I stared at her in disbelief. Shouldn't the protagonist harbor a deep disdain for a villainous character like me? Instinctively, I called upon the system, but it remained unresponsive. Thus, Su Ran, regardless of the choices you make, I will choose to respect you. Even if you cannot work, I will be the sister who supports you for a lifetime. Then, why did none of you come looking for me when I ran away from home? I choked back tears, my voice trembling. Su Yun'er fell silent for a moment before speaking with difficulty. Do you remember when you became a chef? Father specifically requested that you prepare a meal, and you ended up causing food poisoning that landed him in the hospital. Remember? I nodded awkwardly. How could I forget? Then there was the time you engaged in pyramid schemes. Mother disguised herself as your colleague, and just as you left, the police apprehended her and your associates. When you were cleaning windows on the 8th floor, a glass pane shattered and struck Zhou Ran, who ended up in the hospital for over 10 days. And I had the worst luck. You were helping someone fix a toilet, and when I arrived, you were nowhere to be found, and suddenly that toilet exploded. Ugh. It's a miracle I didn't end your life. I must be exceptionally kind. I touched my nose, feeling inexplicably guilty. The aura of the wicked supporting character was indeed burdensome. Only Lin Jing seemed unfazed by your presence. He is truly remarkable. You two are simply a match made in heaven. The aura of the arch-villain is terrifying indeed. So that's how it is. Dear wicked supporting character princess, have you found your answer? The system transformed into a golden figure, fluttering its tiny wings as it perched upon my fingertip. You once stated that unless everyone awakens together and transcends their original settings, we would not truly be alive. The world will gradually become more authentic. The stronger the world's power, the more easily your actions will be discovered. Indeed, the wicked female antagonist. Remarkably, I detected a hint of mockery in that monotonous system voice. Hesitantly, I inquired, then, why do you choose to assist me? Clearly, my awakened character threatens to disrupt the system's energy collection, yet throughout this journey, the system has only offered support, never hindrance. Do you remember? I have been by your side since your youth. I do. It has indeed been many, many years. Wan, you are akin to a child I have raised myself. How could I lack affection for you? For me, this is merely a task. Should I fail, I can seek another world. However, your awakening is a rare opportunity. Curiously, I asked, can a system possess emotions? Aren't you merely a machine? My dear wicked female antagonist. All systems aspire to become human and find a world to spend their remaining days. Thanks to you, I too have awakened. A profound shock surged through my veins, igniting a fervor within me. I realized we are not adhering to the preordained script. Instead, we are living our own lives in this world, which is truly wonderful. In my excitement, I poked the system, inadvertently sending the golden figure flying across the room. The golden figure trembled as it soared. Su Ruan. I chuckled awkwardly, system. I have found my answer. After bidding farewell to Su Yuner, I eagerly sought out Lin Jing. Lin Jing, I have something to say. No, I should speak first. I sincerely apologized for confessing in front of your family today. It was inconsiderate of me, and I regret putting you in such an awkward position. Sunlight illuminated his face, revealing the fine hairs with clarity. His expression was exceptionally earnest, his voice exceedingly gentle. Damn that enchanting merman, his allure is undeniable. I covered my face with my hands, trying to conceal the temptation I felt. The system teased me in my ear. Your ears are quite red. Lin Jing, would you marry me? I intended to drop to one knee with grace, but instead fell clumsily to both knees. My hands trembled as if afflicted by Parkinson's disease, and I shakily retrieved a golden ring. This is a ring I purchased after 3 months of work. Though it may be insignificant, I ask that you accept it.
Su Ruan.
I swallowed hard, feeling inexplicably anxious. Lin Jing's long fingers slipped through the ring. I do. A flurry of pink petals cascaded from the sky, and grand fireworks erupted. Lin Jing, as if performing magic, produced a black velvet box. Though you have beaten me to it, I wonder if you would be willing to marry me? A magnificent diamond refracted beautifully in the light.
How much gold could this buy?
Tears brimmed in my eyes. Why am I crying? Oh, of course, because I am a realistic woman. With fervor, I grasped Lin Jing's hand, declaring, come on, we must return this today. Though I did not foresee such an ending, it seems rather agreeable. Does it not? Su Ran has a remarkable ability to surprise. Observing the delicate wrist of the young girl, our fingers entwined, I could not help but feel a flicker of joy. Upon our first encounter, I had assumed she was merely a pampered young lady, and indeed, that impression held true. Her beauty is striking, radiating like a beacon amidst a crowd. Her stature tall and her lineage impressive, yet, more importantly, her mind is filled with whimsical notions. Unlike others, she possesses a unique perspective, often exhibiting a breathtaking disregard for societal norms. When I first heard her innermost thoughts, I was taken aback. Her ideas were refreshingly unconventional, often leading her to unexpected choices. Observing the reactions of others, I surmised that they too could hear her thoughts. It seems that an unspoken understanding exists among the astute. We did not disclose this to the young girl. What manner of system is this, possessing such omniscience? Furthermore, it appears the system shows her particular favor, despite her incomplete tasks. No penalties were imposed. Through our interactions, I learned that perhaps we are but puppets bound to the narrative. Yet, I refuse to accept this notion. The world around us feels undeniably real. Strangely, upon entertaining this thought, it felt as if a constraint upon my spirit vanished. Perhaps this is what the system refers to as awakening. In contrast to Su Yunu's prophetic aura, Su Ran embodies a spirit that defies conventions and challenges the limits of others, often leaving me in a state of anxious concern. Unbeknownst to me, I've been led astray by Su Ran, instinctively attuned to her every move, striving to be there for her when needed. Perhaps it is her intriguing thoughts that draw me in. Upon realizing this, I sought guidance from a master who imparted to me the wisdom of letting things unfold naturally. It was only later that I understood. Perhaps this is the onset of love, a force that even a tempest cannot hinder. When I excitedly proposed to her, she declined. In that moment, her thoughts became silent to me. One can discern when someone harbors affection, particularly in the case of a girl as pure-hearted as Su Ran, who cannot conceal her feelings. Merely being close to me causes her cheeks to flush, which is undeniably endearing. Thus, I began to ponder where I had faltered. Yet, her thoughts remain elusive, beyond the comprehension of an ordinary mind. I resolved to propose once more, only to be astonished when she beat me to it, asking me to marry her. Yet, this time, it was not a source of vexation, but rather a sweet surprise that filled my heart with delight. No wonder so many girls cherish the experience of being proposed to. It is indeed a novel sensation. Do you wish for this woman to be your wife? In both poverty and wealth, in health and sickness, in times of prosperity and adversity, to remain steadfast until the end of time, to respect her, care for her, accept her, and remain eternally loyal until death? I do. Today, She appeared exceptionally beautiful, adorned in a pristine white wedding gown, cradling a bouquet of flowers. Her long, ebony hair was elegantly styled, and her cheeks were flushed with a rosy hue, while her bright eyes gazed intently at me. "Mermaid, I have brought you home." We exchanged a knowing smile. The young girl possesses a spirited nature, and with an entire lifetime ahead of us, I can accompany her in her delightful escapades.